FITASC at 50, we have all the action from the European Championships. Double trap, double cross. I believe the ISSF is on the path to destroy Olympic shooting sports. And on a more positive note, we're doing the charitable thing, joining George Digweed as he helps raise money for a good cause. I'm Peter Wilson, welcome to Claysports. The Jurassic coastline at Lulworth may be famous for its fossils, but there's plenty of young blood looking to make their mark at the 50th European FITASC Sporting Championships. At the start of the final day, and with 6 layouts completed, Christophe Houvert from France is in front with 141. The nearest challenger being Andras Joudali on 138, joint second with Martin Myers. The organisers want to make the 50th anniversary of this event special, and Lulworth Castle delivers a fitting backdrop for this popular event.
I don't think you could ask for a more beautiful setting for a European Championship. Unfortunately, it's been pretty much marred a little bit by the wind. Well, I say a little bit, quite a lot by the wind. And it's affected the targets, definitely. There's no question of that. I mean, there's a huge amount of time and effort gone into this. And you know, a fantastic venue, but probably been marred a little bit by the weather. You know, every country puts on a different event. We're no different. We've been to some fantastic events and we've been to some ordinary events. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, and there's no point in you know, talking about it in any way, shape or form. It's very easy to criticise. It's better to be constructive and get it right for the next time.
The event demands a great deal from the shooters. They have to be on their game for 4 consecutive days. There are 8 very different layouts, 2 are tackled each day. Graham Brown has once again created a great course utilising every nip, tuck and plunge Lulworth has to offer. And the bad weather and wind has made the targets that much harder. His shooting school, Purbeck, is just down the road, and he's been wanting to host an event here for years.
Having grown up around here for a long time, I knew this was a spectacular area. I didn't realise how spectacular it was until I actually spent a week working on the ground, looking at the views from various locations and having time to do that. So it's a unique opportunity to set something up right on my doorstep. We had quite a lot of rain last year. We got quite a lot of wind this year, so it's always a problem. I think the rain is better than the wind because at least with the rain the targets stay consistent, but unfortunately with the wind it buffets and there's nothing we can do about it.
The brands are here and the rest area is kitted out, but it still feels like there's something missing that would add to the grandeur of the scenery.
Yeah, I look forward to these events every year, the European Championship, the World Championship, but I don't know, this one didn't have that feel about it, you know, it's been quite an empty on the entries. As you can see, there's just not many people hanging around. I feel sorry for the shooters, you know, there's a lot of restrictions on what you can shoot. When you're in a park like this, it's a lovely setting, but obviously the owners don't want the trees shot, they don't want the land shot. So there's only so much you can set, but then that means you've got to set them up in the air, and unfortunately the wind has come through, and if it's up in the air it's been affected. So it's difficult because nobody knows the restrictions placed on Graham. You know, Graham's a very good target setter. He hosts a very good shoot. So for him to put them all up in the air as they've been and being wind affected, that would suggest to me he's had restrictions. So it's very easy to sit here and criticise when you don't know what restrictions he's had placed on him. So I'm not going to criticise the event as a whole. I just think there was a lot of things that could have been done better, but to do it better you need more cash. To get the cash you need more entries, so it's chicken and the egg, you know.
Last year's competition saw a dramatic shoot-off between Mark Windsor and Mathieu Delmar. Delmar taking the crown. This year it's for Houvert to lose.
Yeah, won't see that again, hopefully. For me, I'm not really going to be placing anywhere. I will be sort of here, there, and everywhere really. For me, I was back in the hunt, and now I've fell away a little bit. So I would like to be thinking today that I'm going to put a bigger score in than yesterday. a strong finish is always how I've always thought. I've never been kind of, oh, I've shot bad, I'm not going to try now for the next 2 days. I'm always going to go out there and give it my all. That's how I've always thought, and I've always been like that in this sport, you know. So hopefully today I'll get a bit of that back and put a nice score into finish, which will keep me somewhere in the name rankings, you know, hopefully in double figures.
There is plenty for everyone taking on the course.
The targets have been very, very good. Very technical and not always hittable in my case, but all very good.
Bueno, pues yo creo que ha estado un poco complicado por el viento y por las condiciones meteorológicas.
A little bit complicated because of the wind and the weather.
Testing, very testing. The wind, you know, it's made it very, very difficult. I mean, you think you've got a straightforward shot on a bird and you pull the trigger and the wind just blows it out of your shot. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. But it's been the same for everyone. We've all probably had a bit of bad luck along the way. You just have to take it, basically, and get on with it.
The scoreboard is the place to be as the final results come in. In first place we have Christoph on 1.85, second Martin, and third Andreas.
All the winners are happy. That's the most important. It was a fantastic competition, very hard, very difficult with the wind, sometimes the rain. So it was a beautiful competition.
With the castle as the backdrop, it's the perfect finale to the FITASC at 50. Congratulations to Christoph. Happy birthday, FITASC. Let's hope there's many more to come. It seems such a shame that we will lose double trap, and with it the opportunity for men and women to not only compete side by side, but against one another. It is every Olympian's dream that on that day, at that hour, by winning, you are truly the best in the world, of whatever race, creed or sex. Positive discrimination is an insult when it's not necessary. Take Shang Zhang, the Chinese women's Olympic gold medalist from 1992, who beat the men convincingly in Olympic ski, only for the ISSF to react by separating the sexes. I want the International Olympic Committee and the International Shooting Sports Federation to see this. This is the last chance we have to save our sport and achieve true gender equality. Next up, charitable shoots, and George is at EJ Churchill's.
Morning everyone, great to see so many friendly, lovely faces.
What's the day all about then, George?
A charity day for the Prince's Countryside Fund. It's a charity I support most years when I can, if I'm not away competing. I'm sure we'll get somebody to explain exactly what it's about in a minute, but it's pretty much for the farming community, a farming charity. And obviously being a butcher by trade from years ago, that sort of thing is very close to my heart, and it's nice to be able to support something like that at a good event like this at Churchill's. Shooting's given me a huge ability to be able to travel, meet people and do certain things, and it's nice to be able to put something back in a charity environment for that.
How many of these would you do a year?
Well, I could probably do 3 a week if I accepted all my invitations, but I've got to do some work as well, according to the wife. So I probably do about, I don't know, anywhere between 6 and 10.
And good fun?
Yeah, always good fun. Always good fun as long as we win.
Still competitive even on the charity day?
Well, why not? One of the finest shots this side. Where are we?
It's in the United Kingdom.
West Wickham. Oh no, United Kingdom. He's being very brave today. Hi Claire, so here we are today. We've come up for a charity day for the Prince's Countryside Fund.
Yeah.
Can you just give us a little bit more details about what the fund does and and what it's involved in?
Yes, well, the Princess Countryside Fund was set up in 2010 by His Royal Highness Prince of Wales, who, as you will know, is a very keen countryman.
Yes.
And it's been set up to look after the people who look after the countryside. So we help in a number of different ways. We give out lots of grants to rural communities and organisations. We help with our own projects. For example, we're looking after small farmers with the Princess Farm Resilience Programme at the moment, which is right across the UK. And we help with entrepreneurship and training and really things which will keep the rural economy sustainable and vibrant.
Fantastic. Why are you laughing?
just you make me nervous. It's a nervous laugh, that's all it is.
All we're looking to do is just a nice piece with you.
Good.
So, what are your views on charity events?
Oh, look, I mean, they're amazing. I mean, the amount of people you get into them, people that have a go, just the amount of money it raises for charity. I mean, it's millions, isn't it, when you actually think about it?
Absolutely.
You know, it's, you know, people don't understand as well, you know, it's the good, all these estates, you know, these estates are now running them all over the country. I think we go to 20 different estates around the country running them.
That's just your company?
That's just us, yeah.
On a slightly different note, you went to San Antonio last week.
I did, yep, with you.
Fact-finding a mission for...
Basically, yeah.
You having the event here next year.
For next year. Yeah, well, I'd never been to the States to a shooting competition, and you remember we spoke years ago, and everybody used to say, no one does championships like America, no one does championships like America. So we took it on in 2014 and I think we did a good job and everybody was pleased with it. Last year, we then did it again in 2016 and last year was really good and people said, God, that's the one to beat. So I wanted to go and see what they do to see how we can keep going forward and progress.
And did you find...
Yeah, I came up with, I mean, it's huge. I could bore you to death with my sort of facts. I've written a great long essay to the CPSA of what I found. We do things, they've got scale, they've got massive scale. I mean, they did it at a national centre this year, 700 acres. You know, I think they have 150 skeet layouts done. They're 3 lines of 50 skeet layout. I mean, it is, they've got the scale and all the shooting competitions and everything around it. We do it, as in the UK, I think we do a better job of it in terms of organisation. I think we have a bit more pride in it. I got the feeling there it was, you know, it's at their national centre, they put the traps out, you know, and that's it. I mean, you know, I think we used 9 scissor lifts to give you an idea. When we did in 2016, they had, I think, 1 scissor lift on each of the layouts. Everything was on the floor. So, you know, things like that, although I thought the targets were brilliant, you pick up, you know, you can really learn lots from them. I think if I was to be critical, I don't like the idea of finishing prize giving at 11:45 on the Saturday night. I think that might be a little bit harsh.
I've got to be very careful what I say here. I don't want to be...
No, but look, that's not a, you know, you weren't there. It's, you know, but I think that's mad doing it like that. They're lucky they've got that beautiful sort of seating stadium where they shoot under floodlights in the end. You know, we don't have that.
Cosmic.
Yeah, and, you know, I think there's so much we can improve on. Not that it was bad, I think it was really good, really great, but we've got to make sure we take it on again and keep going forward and making it even better.
The flurry. Is there a technique to the flurry? Do you find yourself...
Well, there is a technique. So the proper shooting people, what they do is they have a system. But what we game shooters do is when it's up in the air, we all blaze away like a skink and hope that something happens. So we did it particularly well on the rabbits. So they came across in a great big heap in the middle. And other people waiting to pick off the individual rabbits. We waited until there was a great big heap of them in the middle, and then we laid down fire and got the lot. I'm not sure if that's a proper tactic, but it works.
Excellent. Do you know much about the charity today?
I do, yes, because I've known Claire Saunders for a while, and obviously with the field, we want to back the charity as strongly as possible. And there are bits of the rural economy that are in trouble, and I think the Prince is doing a terrific job in supporting it.
Did you enjoy your shooting today?
I did enjoy my shooting very much, thank you. I particularly enjoyed watching George.
Would you have enjoyed standing next to someone with fluorescent lime green trousers?
Do you know, I think I did stand next to a really crazy guy who was wearing these bright trousers.
I've got a feeling he writes.
Do you?
Be careful.
Okay, I will be. Thanks, George.
you support this event over a number of years.
I think it must be our 5th year. And I think it's our 5th year with you on our team.
And we still haven't won it.
Well, you know why that is.
Yeah, because I'm on your team. We have a lot of fun during the week. Why do you support this event?
Well, we've been supporters of the Finishers Countryside Fund right from the beginning, and that's because our business, we sell cereals, savoury biscuits, and everything really comes from Britain. We source 80% of our raw materials from British farms, and we wanted to put something back into farming.
Fantastic.
And it's been each year since its inception, the fund must have given more than £10 million into various good causes across the British countryside.
For us, we get the opportunity of coming to a beautiful estate like this, but the core of the day and the core of the matter is that we're actually raising vital funds for a fund that helps people, and that when people have got into trouble, they're sometimes helping them before they get into trouble.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the work that I'm passionate about is the apprenticeship work. So we manage to train people who are going to be the next generation of farmers, and I think the fund is going to be more important in the next few years with Brexit, with all the changes, and we don't know what those changes are going to be, but the farming industry is going to be it's going to be through the most volatile times it's had since the Second World War, and so the fund is going to be more important than ever.
Well, thank you very much for supporting it. I know you've invited me to shoot today, which I fully appreciate and love coming out and shooting with you, but the important part of today is raise funds, and
exactly.
I think they've done that.
Exactly. So thank you
very much.
Cheers.
The shooting world does a huge amount for charity, and long may it continue. That's it from us. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep at least one eye on the target.